Hi guys, we're back to these quad problems that we can use. We can use our quadratic formula. And the quadratic formula makes them a lot easier to do, a lot quicker to do than doing all the factoring part that you had to do before. So, ball shows the initial velocity at 94 feet per second. Height of the ball is given by, now this is our A. This is our B. We don't have a C, so guess what C is? C is 0. When you don't have a C, it becomes a 0. If you don't have B, it becomes a 0. So, solving this problem. You know, how long to get to 130? So 130 goes in for the height. Negative 16. I'm going to change those t's to x's. X squared plus 94x. Subtract that, and I get 0. Negative 16 x squared plus 94 x minus 130. And then we use the quadratic formula from there. So, putting our solution in, we get x equals opposite of b negative 94 plus or minus square root of b squared 94 squared minus 4 times negative 16 times negative 130. All over 2 times negative 16, which is negative 32. A lot of calculator work now. And I'm going to do 94 squared minus 4 times negative 16 times negative 130. That gives me 516. I want to take the square root of that 516. I get a rounded off answer of 22.7. So x is when you go right to negative 94 plus or minus, and I could go the whole way down with 2 root 129, but I'm just going to round this off. 22.7 all over negative 32. Now it's just a matter of doing the math. I do negative 94 minus 22.7 equals, and divide that by negative 32. Negative 3.65, so we're calling negative 3.6. So how long will take the ball to hit the ground? Well, not negative. It'll be 3.6 seconds. And you got to do the other one. I probably should have done it first. Negative 94 plus 22.7 equals, divide by negative 32. And I get 2.228. If you remember, these balls were hitting it, that height going up at 132, then back down, or 130, then back down to 130. So the question becomes how long it will take the ball to hit the ground. The height of the ball when it's on the ground is 0. Equals negative 16 x squared plus 94 x. I don't have a C here. I just want to make sure I got the right problem in there. Yep, 94. So square, let's just use our regular quadratic formula. This is going to equal the opposite of B, negative 94, minus, plus or minus, sorry, square root of 94 squared minus 4 times A, which is negative 16, times C, which is 0, all over 2 times negative 16. That's going to give us x equals negative 94 and what you're going to get is plus or minus 94. Because when you stick that in the calculator, you get 94 squared minus 0. And square root of 94 squared is 94 over negative 32. So how long is it going to take to count? 0 seconds because it started on the ground. And it'll be negative 94 plus 94, which is 0. And you get negative 94 minus 94 equals divided by negative 32. Then you get 5.87 seconds. So on the ball hit around 5.9 seconds. Whatever each 150 feet, we're not going to do that. That's that opposite A over 2B that you guys remember doing from before. So we're not going to do that part. On to our next problem. Ball shot in the air from tower 200 feet high, initial velocity 103 feet per second. When will it reach 300? Equals our negative 16 x squared plus 103 x plus 205. We have to get it equal to 0 because we can't do the quadratic formula without it equal to 0. Same as you can't factor it not equal to 0. Subtract 300 from each side. Negative 16 x squared plus 103 x minus, is that 95? 300 minus 205, yes, 95. So x is going to equal negative 103 plus or minus the square root of 103 squared minus 4 times negative 16 times negative 95. All over 2 times negative 16, which is negative 32. Like I said, log calculator work. 103 squared minus 4 times 16 times negative 95. That's 45, yeah, 4,529. I'm going to take the square root of that. You get 67.29, so I'm going to get 67.3. So x equals negative 103 plus or minus 67.3 over 32. And when I solve that, I get negative 103 plus 67.3 equals divided by negative 32. And that's a negative 32. I'm sure you can hear my dog barking out there. That's 1.1 seconds. And I do negative 103 minus 67.3 equals, and divide that by negative 32. And you get 5.32 seconds, so 5.3. So 1.1 second and 5.3 seconds. Like I said, bear with me. I'm trying to use the mouse here. All right. How long will it take the ball to hit the ground? 0 equals negative 16 x squared plus 103 x, and I believe that was 205 plus 205, yes. We have R equals 0. So, all right, so we stick that in the quadratic formula. This is, like I said, the beauty of this. You don't have to do anything else to it, just put in the quadratic formula. Negative 103 plus or minus the square root, not 103 squared minus 4 times negative 16 times 205. All over 2 times negative 16 is negative 32. Which comes out to x equals negative 103 plus or minus. When you do all that work, you get 154.042202, so 154 all over negative 32. Now, if you take the negative 103 plus the 154 and then equal it and divide it by negative 32, you're going to get a negative 1.6. And you can't have negative time. So we're looking at the negative 103 minus the 154 equals divided by our negative 32. And that's going to give us 8.03 seconds. So we'll just call it 8 seconds. And that's how you're doing these. We're going to round them off to 1 decimal place. So we shouldn't have a whole lot of problems with these. All right, guys. And again, we're not going to do C. And there is a last page on here. We're not going to do it. None of those work out. It never reaches that high. So you can put that page away. You're on there for an example. All right. Good luck with this. Can't wait to see your answers.